What's up guys, just a quick update before starting the video. Now I have a Facebook page which you can like. There you can find cool little tidbits about all the things that I do, like screenshots behind the screen. No, go ahead again. Behind the scene screenshots. That was a mouthful. Uh, and uh, things that I find interesting. So go ahead and like. You can find the link in the description of this video. Just a quick stop, I wanted to show you this is how my baler ended up after I went ahead and washed it. At the uh, end of the video you are about to see. So uh, maybe I will have a few words on this in the next one. Anyway, now onwards to the video. Hello and welcome to Black Mountain, Montana. I'm Andrew from Border Farm Games, and this is a disaster report. So what happened? Seriously, I decided to do some raw footage for a possible time-lapse video about the harvest that was going down here a few days ago. It was supposed to be a direct successor to the fourth episode, which is the nighttime harvesting in the morning. And I switched off my mic, and then I made a nice video about baling and transporting bales, and I forgot to turn my mic in, so it's sort of a not speaking footage as well. So what I'm going to do is merging those two together and do a bit longer time lapse than I originally intended. It's in the making right now. Partially I don't really have the time, and I need to decide which finger to bite, and I need to decide whether I want to work on that or I want to record new videos that are much quicker, and I decided to do the latter. So now we are going to move on with baling and transporting bales possibly, but first I wanted to show you something that obviously won't be seen in the other video, in the time-lapse one, which is practically I was flexing my bale stacking skills, and I will do that again just for the sake of fun. So let's say this is going to be a good starting point for a new stack. Let's grab this one and carry that over there next to the other one nicely, like so. And then grab this one. If you are well versed in the game, you see where is my cheating with this one. It's simply that I always pick up the bales as much at the same spot as possible, around that spot in the middle at the edge, and then I can move it. Also please note that that carrying items in hand has improved a lot since 17. Possibly if we were in the previous game I would be dropping these bales all the time, because that's how it moved there, that's how it was there. I loved using these HD bales back in 17. The Lele Valgar baler and later the New Holland was my absolute favorite. but I never really handled these bales by hand. At least I didn't stack them by hand. I used auto-load trailers to carry them, so trailers that had the universal auto-load script with these HD bales included. The only time I moved them by hand was when I was picking them up to drop them in the feed mixer for the cows. But here it's just simply lovely. I show you right away how I carry them, for the simple reason that there is no auto load trailer for these out just yet. And another reason, I always have to do that stupid ritual. I really do hope that if there will be an updated version, which I reckon could happen anytime, this this guidance steering will have the guidelines on off by default. Anyway, sorry for getting sidetracked, I do this all the time. So this works absolutely perfectly, whereas the original system that the creator of the mod made is just simply not for me. I tell you why when we get to the baler. But now let's just suffice. This is how I do, and me discovering this method of carrying HD bales between the field and various storing places and selling points and all that made this trailer one of my favorites. It happened so that this was the default trailer on all stream farms, and I started to use the HD baler there in a gameplay, which I don't do on camera, and it just worked so well that I decided that I'm going to do it in this instance as well. Yeah, and you can see that I am pretty quick and efficient about it. Messing with a large square baler and front loaders and bale spikes and all that wouldn't be as quick. So really, while this small baler does a couple of hundred more bales than that one, like on average a field like that gives 400 bales or close to that. It's much quicker this way, because with normal bales I would be done with stacking 3 of them, and here I don't even know, and I don't even want to know how many is up the trailer right now. So it's really fine. Now you see I was complimenting the new mechanics and it made me drop the bale. Never compliment the game you are playing, seriously. You have to talk shite about it all the time. Because they grow overconfident. Yeah, like that. It's going to be great. So this is what's going on right now, and I'm quickly carrying these bales to the sell point. Just one trailer load for the sake of this video. Even though we don't get the best price for straw at the moment, it's not bad either. last time I checked it was 88 bucks a thousand liters of straw. So it's pretty fine. To be honest, I was a bit disappointed that this time bales are tied together with loose material, even though this is how it's realistic. I mean, if you remember 17, if you played it, you could earn stupid amounts of money by baling up grass and wrapping it, because uh, silage bales always sold for triple the price of loose silage, and practically the price for baled material never dropped. It always was at a constant high. Uh, so even selling straw bales was quite a worthwhile enterprise, if I can put it this way. Okay, is it alright? Oh, that one is, that's funky. Yeah, now it's alright. Let me see how much is it. I think it's good to go. Let's roll. So you can imagine that that mic disaster was quite something. I was angry about it for 2 days. Practically, I'm still a bit angry about it, because I was explaining a lot of things, and I was talking and talking and talking like a good boy, and it was all for nothing. Um, so a few things that you left out simply because I was dumb enough not to record my chinwag. So I I don't I finished. I'm looking for words. I'm still angry a bit, and the only person I can be angry at is me, really. So I finished harvesting my 2 fields that I usually use as arable, and so the one that I'm baling on had oat, and I sowed that right away. And I still have the soybean, which was on field 5, the other one. But altogether I made quite good amount of money. So I went on a shopping spree. Nah, it wasn't really a shopping spree. I just bought that one tractor, which I will show you right away. Also, silly me was setting up buying that tractor as a used one, a la Daggervin, and it's absolutely pointless because you won't see that footage, because there's no voiceover to that one. Now that I'm thinking, I could make that to be subtitled, like old school movie style, with that dramatic piano playing, and every now and then the moving picture goes off to give way to the subtitles in a separate black and white screen with nice flickering. How about that? Would you dig that? It's sad because I won't do that. That was just joking, me joking again. yeah, so I bought that one. I will tell you the specifics right away when we get there. And then we do some baling, and I do some more talking about things that I said in that good old video to the completely silent mic, and some new updates as well, because time is on the move and things are going as well. Oh, I think I turned the engine down because I'm not pissing fuel just yet. Alright, so this is the new machine in the farm, a Ford TW10. Um, as you can see, I made a few adjustments to it compared to the downloadable version. I made this door and the windows openable. I also added a wheel configuration where the back wheels are Mitas tires. They are identical ones to the International over there. I stole the code from the other tractor for those of you who have some understanding of modding. Yeah, and I put that in game just like that. It's a bit smaller than the other one, and it's a two-wheel drive. I mean, it has, I think, 127 horsepower, but it will make it a nice lawn tractor nonetheless. Now this is how it works. Okay, so as for the baler and the things that I was explaining about the baler, so if you check out any mod downloading site by now, you will find that baler alongside a nice hay cart or hay wagon, and it seems like it has a chute at the end which is spitting the bales to that hay wagon. Now the sad news is that that particular chute has a quite serious what's with me again and all the time. uh, Probably by the time I get home from school I forget how to do the thing with the speaking. It's Tuesday when I'm recording this, and it's pretty much one of my most taxing days. I have 6 hours lessons in succession. You see, I cannot speak anymore. So I have 6 lessons in succession, and that's bad. Anyway, I'm too old for that. So it back to the baler. It has a very serious log error, and it's some sort of texture material related thing. I don't know, because I don't do 3D modeling, and from what I made out of descriptions in forums and places, it's something that should be fixed in the 3D editor, either in Blender or the other ones. Now I have Blender, and the only reason to do this is to find places in textures, because I do Giants editor, and I do Photoshop if I absolutely need to, but sometimes you just cannot spot where that certain object or shape on the mod is placed on the texture, and this is when I use Blender to identify that. Other than that, I'm completely dumb. It's a wonder that I can load it up. So I decided to completely cut out that chute, and so now the baler spits the bales out to the ground like any good old normal regular baler. So I uh, go to alternative methods, or turn to alternative methods of picking up them bales, and that that kind of sort of eliminates the point of using that nice hay cart. Uh, so that's that. Other than that, this is a pretty neat baler, and I love it very much. It's pretty much well done. It's got the scripts and everything to work nicely. I'm happy about it. I give it a 5 star. Yeah. Okay, other things that I was talking about. I touched upon the future of the channel, uh, and I pretty much explained that for now I will stick to farming simulator videos, simply for the fact that uh, as far as recipes go, they are the simplest to do. It doesn't matter if it's a real-time gameplay video like that, or a time lapse or anything like that. Uh, it's self-explanatory, and you really cannot do it any other way. But there are other games that I would like to do on my channel, that channel that you're watching right now, and I need to find out the format, and I'm thinking about it. Also, I have pretty solid plans for the summer, when I have summer break and I have time to do videos all the time, or be lazy and not to do videos all the time, just simply playing for my own enjoyment. But that's another thing. Mm. So this is where we are at right now. As for farming simulator, um, as I'm running out of ideas for now regarding this particular gameplay, there will be much more time between videos. I mean, put down in a comment if you really want to watch me for hours spreading lime, possibly plowing over these fields, and then putting seeds in again and fertilizing, because this is what's coming. Even if I decide to show some part of it, I think it's going to be in time lapse or something like that. As for that, I have several hours of footage that I could use in time-lapse videos, but I have a few worries about it. Like, it's really good if I have music over it, and I know how much YouTube can be pain in the butt when it comes to music. So until I figure this out, the time-lapse videos are on a standby course. But do not worry, because I have ideas as to what else to do. I already have another series of videos in the making. Actually, the first episode is already recorded as we are speaking, or probably it will be out before that one. So it's not a huge spoiler that we're talking about the thing that I do with the playing on Oakfield Farm. That series is going to be different in the sense that it won't aim for being a series of subsequent events, like telling the story of the farm, uh, as much as this is in that vein, with the constant fourth wall breaking that I do. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not a role play really, so it's okay, but it pretty much shows what's going on with this farm. And the other one is going to be more like a, can I say, a playground farm, as in I intend to do pretty much what I damned well please, when I damned well please. Now don't worry, it won't be a crazy thing. It will stay in the normal confines of farming simulator gameplays. It's going to be set up like it's a demo farm of sorts, where new machinery is being tested and new implements are showcased. So I will do lots and lots of mod reviews on that one. I want to do them, and and I will do like, yeah, I show you how to do this, how to do that, in terms of farming, what few things I know. And to that end, I didn't put any money restraint on it, which means in ordinary English that at the start I added in like 20 million, and that's why it's set to pounds, the money. If you look at the top right corner, it's set to pounds right now, because I started setting up that farm already, and I set it to pounds, and I think I really should leave it as it is, because it really doesn't make any difference. Yeah, anyway, so I added in 20 mil to buy the fields that I used to have back in 17, and buy the machines that I had in 17 and I can have in 19, and then add in some more. I don't want to spoil away anything as for new machinery, but the only thing I cannot leave out is prepare for ideal harvest conditions. Oh no, you can see he's going at it again, and I'm sorry, but this will never die, at least for me. It's going to be written on my grave. He was a guy sticking to his ideals. Yeah. So that's what's going on with that. Also, you can see that there is some movement with solidifying quality all over the channel. Like now I have nice thumbnails. I already added an introduction to the channel. Uh, and all that good stuff. And one of my professional colleagues is already on the matter of creating all sorts of visual uh, augmentations, like a logo and a wallpaper and all of these things. So it's in the development. It's getting serious, guys. I also addressed some quality issues in the video where you cannot hear my shrilling voice. And practically I explained what sort of a rig I am running, and I went into details why do I have the two nice stripes at the two sides of the screen, and that's why I'm using a monitor screen, or however you like to call that thingy, which has a native image ratio of 4:3, and as a result, the NVIDIA Shadow Play that I use for recording currently records everything in 4:3 image ratio. But then to YouTube I upload 1080p, which is not 4:3. It's something else, right? I'm not really good at that sort of stuff. I also thought that it is what it is for now, because the screen is here to stay. It's a really nice industry grade Dell screen and I love it, and I don't think I would spend money on replacing it just to make videos that fill out the screen on YouTube. So this is what it is. What else was I explaining? Yeah, one thing where I'm willing to improve over time is the microphone. Practically, right now I'm using a cheap, shitty $10 Genius microphone that I picked up at Tesco when I started playing video games on the internet. I mean cooperatively. I have a couple of friends with whom we usually have some good old time every now and then, and to have a good microphone would be essential, but I don't have one. I have this one that I managed to procure. So that is one thing that I intend to improve in the foreseeable future, if things work out. I mean, I'm willing to invest in quality. It's just I'm I can be overly attached to things that work very well. Other than that, if you want to know the specs of my rig, my processor is an i7 4790K or 497K or something like that. It's got 3.6 gigahertz on each core by standard, and I didn't fiddle with it, so it's running on that. I have 16 gigabytes of RAM. I mean, who really has 60? Then it would be 64. But no, I have 16 gigabytes of RAM, which is fine. I don't really remember the times when I had problems with that. And my GPU is a GTX 960. It's a beast with 3 ventilators on its belly. It's this huge gaming GPU with a nice Windforce logo glowing at me right now. Yeah, pretty much this is it. I don't know what else matters when it comes to playing video games. I think that is all that you need to have. Space to install them is an added extra. Yeah, and I run Windows 7 64 bits. And I'm thinking about moving over to Windows 10 for the simple reason that as I hear, their shadow play doesn't cut up the videos to 12 minutes bits. Or I could choose to use another recording program. I don't know. That's the rather more simple solution. So why would I choose that one? I mean, seriously, guys, why would you do the simple things when you can overcomplicate your life? If you have a choice, always do the overcomplication. It's much better in the long run, because then you can blame others. Or you can just simply go ahead and blame others. But why would you do that? Nah, it's just me being sarcastic. I'm a sarcastic person. And that's really a bad characteristic trait if you are a teacher, because I get especially sarcastic when I'm angry, like most of us sarcastic effers, and I do that in the classroom sometimes, and kids don't really get that I'm being sarcastic, and it kind of it's losing its point, and I'm being so angry that I'm ready to murder someone, and the kids still don't get it. It's really the worst. I don't even know why I don't do everything and anything in my power to overcome this. I guess I like being sarcastic. Because really, who doesn't? Yeah, I'm almost done. This is usually something that you shouldn't see, me picking up the little bits. So I think I will slowly finish for today. We're done with bailing up anyways. Uh, oh yeah, we closed up the baler nicely. What I wanted to do is open the doors of the tractor and get out. So anyway, thank you very much for sticking by. I hope you enjoyed this little time with me. We had a good old bailing. And see you next time. Feel free to comment, like, and subscribe. And bye bye. And bye bye. What's that now?